Greetings, my T-Rexcellent fans, and in this episode of Carnivorous Collectors, we will be looking at the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Camp Adventure set with the Stegosaurus, the Baryonyx, Darius, and Bumpy, which was a bit of a surprise inclusion. Now, let's take a look at this from the front. A closer up look. As you can see, this figure comes with two large dinosaurs, one human character and one mini character, and not too much else as I can see, but really so far really like the designs on the dinosaurs because the Stegosaurus really love the black and the grays on it, because the Baryonyx I think it is meant to be one of the three from season 2, and Darius, I have actually yet to have a Camp Cretaceous character in my collection, so this will be a nice addition. And just take a look on the back. We see we've got the Baryonyx and the Stegosaurus on the side. Seems to be a common thing with these new boxes. And here we go. See, we have the Stegosaurus with the tail strike. Goes the Baryonyx with the chomping action. Goes the human character with the falling action. Yeah, because none of the human characters can stand up on their own. And Bumpy being, well, Bumpy. Wait, move around. So yeah, as for the box itself, it's a pretty nice box, and I'm now going to carefully open it so we can take a look inside the actual figures. Be back real soon. So anyway, that's the box. Now that I've taken the figures out of it, I'll just give you a good look at that before I take it off screen. Okay, that's enough. And now we'll take a look at the figures one by one, starting with probably my favorite, the Stegosaurus. So yeah, like I said before, I really like the paint job on this guy. This is probably the best looking Stegosaurus we've gotten in the line so far. I don't know what it is. I just really like the blackish, the grayish blue, and the black stripes along the back, and it has all the same functions as the other Stegosaurus figures. The tail has a nice bit of maneuverability, really flexible. The head moves up and down, and sort of side to side. The legs are movable as well. But yeah, this is a really good Stegosaurus figure. So we'll just put that over there. And now we'll move on to the next one, the Baryonyx. Now, I'll admit to a bit of biases, as I really like the model for the Baryonyx from the Jurassic World franchise in general, but this one feels kind of incomplete. Not saying it's bad, but I was kind of hoping for a few improvements on the design with this one. As you can see, the claws on both the hands and the feet are not painted at all, so they're all just green. One sec. Sorry, I had a bit of fluff fixing it. The jaw remains open no matter what you do, unless you stick something in there to keep it shut, which can be a little bit, annoying. And the big thing is, while the patterning on the back is very nice, for the skull, the tail is completely absent of it at all, which feels kind of unfinished. Like they forgot to paint this part when they sent it out. But still, has the exact same shutting motion. And so yeah, if you want to keep the jaw shut, you will have to, find a way to put pressure on this button, or, use something to keep it shut from inside the mouth. Ultimately, not a bad figure, but at the same time, not the best Baryonyx I've seen either. Sorry, buddy. Now we'll move on to the last two figures in the collection, and since they're the smallest ones, we'll just do them both same at once. Darius and Bumpy. As you can see, Darius is pretty nicely detailed with his yellow jacket and his Velociraptor claw. He goes, "Stay, you." Yeah, the Baryonyx doesn't have the best balance. Because ultimately, I don't usually get many of the human figures, so this one is pretty good. It's like, this is probably the smallest human figure I've gotten so far, so it's a pretty, good size for a kid character. Ultimately very good. And as for Bumpy, well, she's pretty well balanced between, her TV show counterpart, at least for the first season. Though I think she should be maybe just a little bit bigger, but once again, that's a nitpick. She doesn't have... Okay, her tail has a little bit of maneuverability, but not a lot. And aside from that, she is pretty stationary, but she's a good sized model for her character. Once again, at least from the first season, I fully expect there to be an adult Bumpy coming out soon. Anyway, that's it for these two. Stay, you. So yeah, that is the Jurassic World. Hold on. Yeah, that's much better. That is the Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous Camp Adventure set with the Stegosaurus, the Baryonyx, Darius, and Bumpy. Once again, I have to say, what really sells this set for me is the Stegosaurus, but I do like all of it. There's nothing about it I actively dislike. The nitpicks are just something you come to accept with some of the Mattel figures. If you are just a massive collector who wants to collect everything new that comes out, this is a worthy addition. If you're someone who doesn't have a Stegosaurus or a Baryonyx yet, this is a definite one to go for if you want to just get to it once, especially with the added bonus of another human character and a unique baby dinosaur. But yes, this is not the best set I've seen, but definitely still not the worst either. And ultimately, I'm pretty happy that I got it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in the next time. Bye for now.